episode, another fun episode of Random Chats with Dade and Jude. I am Dade.
And I'm Jude.
And I'm wearing Captain America today. Not sure why, but bringing Captain with us on this journey because we are talking about what today, Jude?
We are talking about superstitions.
Ooh. Then why I was like, ooh.
I know. It is a bit like that, isn't it? Ooh. I also want to start singing Stevie Wonder, so...
Please take the stage. You've got this.
Superstition. The writing's on the wall. Oh! Yeah. Surprised myself there. Oh dear.
If you would like to download Jude's version of Superstition, it will be available on iTunes soon.
Signing up for X Factor shortly. So
Okay.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah, go.
Starting off, are you superstitious?
On some things, yeah, I am.
Why only some?
But I thought, first of all, we should define what a superstition is.
I guess we should.
Yes, just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case. Because I've got a definition. What is it? A superstition is a belief or way of behaving that is based on a fear of an unknown and faith in magic or luck.
Okay.
Certain things, certain events or things will bring good or bad luck.
So fate, does that factor into that definition?
Fate? What do you mean by that? Explain that further.
So like if there was like a good superstition or a bad superstition, it might change my thinking that something good or bad is going to happen. Therefore, yes. It's fate.
Yes. So, yes, like if you think about like, let's start naming a couple. Like one, knock on wood. Was it knock on wood?
The biggest one of all.
What is it?
Yes, I think it is. I think that is the one that everybody will do. Knock on wood.
Yeah. Like I think, and that's universal. I think. I don't know. Just I know people in America do it here because I've seen people do it.
Absolutely, I do. Touch wood, knock on wood.
I do touch as well.
Yeah.
Because my mate called me on it. He's like, "Isn't it knock?" I'm like, "I'm sure you can do touch as well, as long as you're somewhere near wood."
Oh, I listen. I don't know the specifics, but I think it goes. This one goes really, really far back, like almost like biblical times.
Okay.
There was something to do with like touching wood tree because it had like religious connotations.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't done my research because we're not going to start defining every single superstition that we're talking about. We're going to make it more joyful than that. But I do think that there is some kind of connotation to a time way back when.
Yeah. And we can just get Jude to sing at any point as well.
Any point. I also do know, I think, isn't there a song called You Better Knock on Wood? You better knock on wood, baby. I could keep going.
By the end of this podcast, we may have a whole album ready to go.
We'll turn it into a sing-along.
I won't be on the sing-along. Just to let you...
I'll get you singing. You'll be my backing vocal.
Oh, if I'm singing on the start.
Oh, fair enough, darling. Fair enough.
And so you should be. Just like going nuts today. Anyway, what are some other ones? This one, like, so to answer your earlier question, I am on some things, right? Like, I don't know why, like years ago, and some of the ones I know I do, like there's some of the common ones, but I won't walk over, 3 drain covers?
Yes, me too.
I'm not sure why though. Like I've got this in my head that walking over 3 is bad luck.
Well, does that tie into the one about walking on cracks? Let's just skip over that one.
Yeah.
It was definitely a generational thing because that's where I learned that one at school.
Same.
So it must have been something that was going around when we were at school. Yeah,
I still do it to this day. The quack one I don't obviously always follow, but I do remember that one.
You do?
Walking over cracks. Yeah. It's always 3 drains. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So you don't walk on 3 drains.
I will purposely avoid them.
So but you'll walk on 2?
Yes, happily.
But if there's a 3rd one, you're going to come off that.
No, I just walk around the whole thing.
You won't go even on it. Isn't that funny? For me, the
What's
other
one of
one
yours?
that
Go.
I always, because where I used to live in England, we always used to have a ton of magpies.
Okay.
And I would constantly be saluting magpies. And my mum and dad would look at me as if I'd gone crazy. And they were like, what are you doing? And I'd be like, salute you magpies, salute all magpies. The song, one's for sorrow, two, another song, one's for sorrow, two's for joy. I feel like I might have manipulated this conversation somehow.
Are you releasing an album at the end of this podcast?
I am, and the only reason I'm doing this podcast is to plug it, quite frankly. Oh dear. But yeah, magpies. I don't know why. If you saw one, it would be like one's for a girl, two's for a boy, three's for sorrow, four's for joy. So if you saw a four on your morning, you'd be like, great, I'm in for a good day.
No, I do remember that. Now you'll explain it to me. I remember because we used to be driving and they used to be like, as we drove over to my nan and granddad's, we used to like, oh, there's so many. And there was always a story behind them.
It's so funny. And I don't know where the bearings of any of these really come from, but they must have come from somewhere because
we haven't done that much research for the podcast to understand them. We just was like, hey, let's just talk about them.
We talk random stuff. That's what this whole podcast is about.
Yeah.
We don't have any substantiation necessary.
How do you feel about Friday the 13th?
How do I feel about Friday the 13th? Well, I'm going to say that I feel I'm always wary.
Why is a Friday a bad day anyway? Like, it's a great day.
Fridays are the most amazing day.
I know, but why then is the 13th going to be like...
So I do know a little bit about this one.
Okay.
Anything that passes the 12th seems to have negative connotations because there's 12 months of the year, there's 12 days of Christmas, there's 12 signs of the zodiac. There's, again, I think a lot of these stem from way back when, but I think anything that came after 12 was seen as a negative. So I wonder if there's any bearing to that. But I do know that sometimes I have had bad luck on Friday the 13th, but I think when I know it's rolling around, I'm not worried about the 13th in general, but if it's a Friday the 13th, when the two come together,
you think about it, right?
I definitely think about it.
You think about it, you're like, what am I doing on that day?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you're almost kind of preparing yourself for something bad to happen, and it doesn't necessarily happen. But
I've watched Final Destination. It's not just, it's a great film, but it just makes you think about some few things. Do you walk under ladders?
No.
I don't either.
Definitely not.
Or if I accidentally walk in one, I'm like, oh.
Well, that's kind of become a caricature, hasn't it? When you see like in sitcoms and stuff, people walking under ladders, there's normally something negative that follows, like a paint pot falling on a head or someone falling off a ladder or something like that. So, but no, I'm a big one for that. And the other one I'm a big one for is...
Can I just go back to the for a second?
Oh. It's a positive sound. It's a sound effect.
Sorry, I just had to just go.
Thanks for highlighting that. I can do it again.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
It's my turkey impression.
That's going to be another track on the album.
Oh, dear Lord.
Okay, great. What's the other one?
The one that I'm really quite afraid of is the cracked mirror. If I smash the mirror, that's the one that does get me because that's supposed to be 7 years of bad luck.
I know, right? Like, why do we know why 7? Like, but if you know any of these listeners, put them in the comments. Like, please help educate us. We could actually Google some of these, but I don't know. Well, so yes, a broken mirror, like when I've got some great mirrors, and I'm like, they are bloody being like wrapped up when I'm moving and making sure that they are. Yeah.
That one really bothers me. That one's the one, probably one of the ones that gets me the most. I always pick up a penny if I see it on the floor.
Yeah, I don't do that as much. I know why. I've seen people do that, and I have done that in the past, but I haven't. That's not one strong one within me. I think we all just have different ones that we've all gravitated to more so. Because I remember that when you used to have to like throw salt over your left shoulder or something, right? Yeah, to kill the spirits or kill the evil.
In the devil's eye or something.
Something like that. And there's like my mum and my nan and all that used to like have some of these, and some of them are generational for sure.
I know. I mean, I used to really enjoy it. If I knocked the salt over at dinner, my mum said, throw it over your left shoulder. So I did, nearly smashed a window. She went, not the whole pot, Jude. I was like, you did tell me to throw it over. It was a dung. Oh. But yeah, some of them, that's an interesting point. Some of them we've experienced in our generations, and some of them we've picked up through other generations that still kind of go on. It's like we said, where did they come from? And is there any truth to that?
And the other one, I'm just looking at here. Yeah, breaking a mirror, walking on a ladder, itchy palm.
Yes, coming into money.
Oh, it just says good luck on my screen here, but I want money. Give me money. One
hand means one thing, one hand means another.
One's giving, one's giving, getting.
Yeah, I think, no, I don't know. I've got a 50-50.
No, but that does sound familiar.
Right. But yeah, I think that's right.
And then how do you feel about umbrellas indoors?
Oh no, big no. Big no. No, that's when you think you're gonna have a leaky roof. Right? Don't hold an umbrella up. I mean, I think my brother did once when we were kids, and no word of a lie, I can't quite remember the timeline here, but I remember him doing it. I remember my mum getting really like freaked out by it, and then Dad had to go into the loft to fix something, and he ended up putting his foot through the ceiling, which is a common occurrence in our house, if I'm honest, but I don't know whether the two are connected.
I'm just looking here. Black cats are bad luck.
Crossing paths, yeah. If you see
it's crossing paths, right? It's not having a black cat. I've got some friends who have some lovely black cats.
No, it's just if they cross your path, apparently that's supposed to be bad luck. So it's interesting how some are good and some are bad.
I know, right? And what other ones do you have, Jude?
What have I got? Let's have a quick look. We've done most of these. Finding a horseshoe or a four-leaf clover.
Four-leaf clover, yes. But I remember when I was younger, just actually when we were out, and it's like you're looking for them. You're like, they've got to exist somewhere.
Yeah, and you would find them. It'd be like a moment. You would find one. Crossed fingers is probably one of the most common.
True. Yeah.
Cross your fingers, cross your toes.
But,
it'd be interesting to see if our listeners or viewers have got any
100%
superstitions or ones that aren't the norm that we've just shared today. Like, it would be really interesting because when I was doing a little bit of research, I did see that there's some crazy ones. Like in one culture, I forget which, but it says that you're not supposed to wash clothes on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays wearing a certain color. You've got to draw the line, though, haven't you? Otherwise, you would go a little bit crazy.
Well, let's just explore this worldwide superstition, all right? I've got 13 weird superstitions from around the world, all right? Ready?
Oh, go, go, go. This is going to be good.
In the Philippines, people believe that one should not wear red during a storm as the colors attract lightning.
No way.
I'd be like, I don't want to get hit by lightning, so yes, I'm not going to wear.
You'd be in trouble right now with that cap on.
Very true. I don't live in the Philippines. In Japan, it is believed that breaking a bottle will bring you luck, but only if you break it by accident.
Oh wow!
I do that all the time.
Right? and is it Japan or China? I forget that there's a superstition when you go to visit family members that have passed in a cemetery to hold your thumbs in. Do you see that one up there? There's something about holding your thumbs in your hands when you go into a cemetery.
No, never.
Yeah, there's some really like.
Oh, I'm sure there's many that we haven't
tons
touched upon at all.
Yeah.
This is I won't read all 13 now because we'll be here all day.
Yeah, right.
Brits and Americans believe saying "rabbit, rabbit" on the first day of the month will bring them success and prosperity in the said month. Have you ever heard a British person say "rabbit, rabbit"?
Never heard that one.
I've never heard an American say that. Do you just say it to yourself?
I mean, could you imagine if everyone's going around going "rabbit, rabbit"?
There's a song about that as well.
Holding a rabbit.
There is rabbit foot. Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's supposed to be good luck.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
He stumbled across something.
Well, no, a superstition popular in Italy and Portugal is that you shouldn't walk backwards because the devil will be able to find your way and cause you grief.
Yeah, that one I could understand.
In many countries around the world, it is tradition to wear red underwear on New Year's Eve to make sure your love life is good and in shape.
Oh, but just not when there's a thunderstorm coming. It's interesting, isn't it? Because I think superstitions is another one of those things, for want of a better word, that can kind of really like transform or like I said before, like can change the trajectory of your day. So I think when you see the positive superstitions, it could just make you feel that you've got some good luck coming to you, or just like change your viewpoint for that day. And equally with the negative, it could be like, oh God, it comes in threes. That's another one, isn't it? Bad luck comes in threes, they say.
Yes. Or things just come in threes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's because I use that one a lot. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I've had two things. Where's the third?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the third. Okay, so you just.
But it is weird because stuff like that does happen. Like yesterday, my printer, totally working fine, just stopped working. Then there was another situation and another situation, a couple more situations, but there was like, that was the first. And I definitely had several, not desperately bad, but just like irritating, situations to have to navigate and deal with. And some days I have none. Yeah. So there is some element of truth to that one, I think.
There is. And look, if you know of any other superstitions, there could be many more that we haven't spoken about. Please put them in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel. It's actually been a really fascinating one. I didn't know how, because when you think about it, you don't always go, I've got lots of superstitions. But when you actually think about it, you do.
Yeah, I mean, we've got tons. We talked about quite a few today, I think, but I'm definitely interested to hear more.
Yes. So jump on any of our socials. Jump in the comments on this YouTube if you're watching it on YouTube, or if you're listening, jump on our socials, and we'd love to hear from you. This has been another episode of Random Chats with Dade and Jude. I'm Dade.
And I'm Jude.
And we will see you all again soon.
Bye-bye.